good time zone, and a happy birthday to all of those around the world. What do we have today? Where did we leave off? We left off with the passing of Aglaya. That's right. Let's just get into it. Wha-bam. Proi. Don't know what that means. Head to the holy city and continue your adventure. Heroes, our heart bleed with yours. The murder, the Council of Elders, obviously.
Don Hung came back before us. Well, maybe he's heard something.
Ah, you're back. How's everything? No injuries, I hope.
Don't worry. The cleaners didn't lay a hand on us. Lord Krateros, were you in the city when it happened? What exactly went down?
Regrettably, no one knows the details of that moment. Eyewitnesses only saw...
It's fine. Just tell me.
Eyewitnesses at the Memorial Palace saw Aglaya fall from the Chrysos airbath.
Oh, God.
She showed no signs of life by the time the Holy City Guards approached to check. They were too afraid to jump to conclusions. After all, she was a demigod who lived for over 1,000 years, the leader of the Chrysos heirs. Most citizens of the city believed that death couldn't touch her. She was pierced through the heart by a uniquely crafted dagger. I saw it for myself. It's one of the weapons carried by the cleaners.
He really was assassinated.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Okay.
The ones who appeared in the Grove and those who confronted Don Hung in the Abyss didn't immediately resort to violence. They were just watching and trying to intimidate.
Yeah, they literally said they were stalling us. So that we couldn't help Aglaya.
They didn't have any reason nor the courage to attack Aglaya. Perhaps
I'm not sure why I'm arguing against it when I know that Aglaia jumped off. Although I don't know about the dagger. Speculating blindly won't help. Let's go find Lady Tribby, as she understands Aglaia's mind best.
I'll stay here to lead the guards and maintain order. Find out what happened, but don't take too long. With Aglaia gone, someone has to take her place and lead Akama. Also, Miss Hyacinth was the one who declared Aglaia dead. You might want to speak with her.
Thank you, Lord Crateros. The baths are empty.
No citizen feels like bathing after hearing such a terrible tale. I hope they, drain the bathwater. Heroes, you're back!
Hyacinth.
You're back.
We heard from Crateros. Are you alright?
I'm fine. I've been staying close to Lady Treby and Lady Trinan after the incident. It's great that you could come back so quickly. They need someone with them now.
How are they holding up?
Not well. After all, we witnessed Lady Aglaia's last moments. I tried to treat her immediately, but even the sky's blessings. Declaring her death was the hardest thing I've ever had to do as a doctor. Lord Finan, don't push yourself. You're carrying a heavier burden now. Please, don't fall.
It's fine. I can handle it. What I've lost is a mentor and a comrade in arms. But for Treby and Trinan, they've lost a 1,000-year-old bond. Like they're losing a part of their lives. You should rest, Hyacinth. You've been awake for a long time, haven't you? We'll handle things from here.
Okay. See you later, everyone.
Next, we should visit Lady Treby.
Snowy. Little Gray. You're back.
Lady Treby,
Snowy, don't. Please don't apologize to us. You went to the Grove to prepare yourself for the threats to Akama. You didn't do anything wrong, so don't be hard on yourself. We were always by Aggie's side throughout this long journey, so we understood her thoughts better than anyone. She knew she wouldn't see the end of the Flame Chase journey, yet she gave everything without hesitation. For the future of everyone.
I know what Aglaia expected of me. Right now, the last thing Akuma needs is a leader wallowing in self-pity.
The scroll over there was entrusted to us by Aggie. She instructed us to hand it over to you when the time was right. I think now's the right time.
Nameless recollection. Golden threads frayed at the fringe of an era, and posterity took up the sentiments formerly hanging on its web. The tragic news heard during your travels. Head to the book and write it down. Aggie, so you really don't have to take the medicine anymore? No need, teacher. Medicine can only steady my flesh, but it can't stop the decay of my soul. I've already borrowed too much time from this world, and now the time is up. Now is the best time for my exit. Sobbing, sniffling. Please don't cry on my account, teacher. I have a final selfish request. Can you lend me an ear? Aggie, go ahead. We'll definitely fulfill it for you. I wish for my death to be quiet and gentle. I hope that my lifeless body will not be exposed to the eyes of the public. Teacher, I have faced too many changes in my lifetime, but in the pursuit of one thing alone, I have remained unchanged for 1,000 years. It's beauty, isn't it? That's right, teacher. Beauty. Aggie, do you think Snowy's ready? 1,000 years ago, when I took up the core flame of amnesia, do you think I was ready then, teacher? Born into this era, we had no choice but to grow amidst the raging waves, not set sail after everything was prepared. Finon, he will understand. He will grasp the duty I have left to him. He is mature enough now, no longer blinded by anger or hatred.
Finon, my humble student, my trusted colleague. As I write this, you are locked in a battle of words with the Council of Elders, fighting for the survival of the flame-chased journey on a battlefield where the smoke of war is invisible.
Oh, this is recent.
I deeply regret and feel guilty for hastily pushing you and the Trailblazer into the debate. But please forgive me. At that moment, I could not afford to show any sign of weakness before you, as it would have crushed your morale. I considered the debate a routine affair, assuming I could win merely with the support and experience we'd accumulated over centuries. But I underestimated kindness and her party's cunning, and also the deterioration of my own senses. The trap was likely set by the debater Calictus. He had prepared a severed golden thread in advance, revealing it to the public when kindness was faltering in the debate. He claimed I was reading everyone's thoughts with the golden thread to cheat in the debate. I could have countered that low tactic in 100 ways, but my words slipped out before I could even think about them. With deceitful scoundrels like you in the crowd, I have no choice but to rely on the golden thread to keep watch over everything in this holy city. You can imagine the reaction that comment provoked. At that moment, I felt my time was running short. The divinity in this body might be eternal, but that is not the essence of me. I am a daughter of humanity, born of my mother, and I will die as a human. Realizing that my humanity was fading, I began to plan my exit. What kind of departure would not waste such a belated death? I have yet to find the ideal answer. But I knew I couldn't simply fade away in my sleep like anyone else. The serpents have always lurked in the darkness, terrified of their heads being cut off by the golden thread. If my departure were to be calm and uneventful, it would only lead to a swarm of those serpents emerging from their nests. Regrettably, a peaceful death is a luxury I cannot afford. I must feign weakness deliberately to make those serpents lose patience and act rashly. Just as they think they've struck and sunk their fangs into my heels, that's when I'll strike back, igniting the final blaze to burn away the threats hidden in the shadows. The blaze soaring into the sky might sow fear and confusion, but I have no worries about people losing their way. After all, Akima still has you to guide them, Finan. You're not perfect, Finan. I've witnessed your confusion, recklessness, and deep sensitivity, dawn after dawn. The heavy burdens of your past have always weighed you down, inflicting deep pain. Yet, in your way, you are perfect. You embrace everyone's imperfections, always ready to find the precious qualities hidden beneath their rough exteriors. Unconditionally. That might be what sets our Sky Father Kefili apart from other deities. They recognize the imperfections in their creations, yet still choose to shine their light on them, offering protection with unconditional love. Finan, while you zealously pursued strife, believing it to be your destined path, from the very beginning, my thoughts have never changed. You are the destined world-bearer of Amphorius, the gate to Amphorius's future. Go, complete the flame-chased journey of the prophecy, ignite the stars, and inspire hope in the hearts of humanity. I will be waiting at the end of the West Wind, looking forward to the miracle you will create.
Aglaya, how could I possibly be worthy of the burning torch you've passed into my hands? Donang, can you do me a favor?
Whatever I can help with, just say the word.
Please deliver a message to Lord Krateros. Have him gather the Holy City guards and the Kremnoans to spread the word from door to door. At the lucid hour tomorrow, Finan will speak at the Marmorial Palace. Urge everyone who has concerns about the Holy City's future and the Flame Chase journey to attend this gathering. Tell them Aglaya has left Amphorius the seeds of hope.
Understood.
Thank you. It's been a harrowing day for everyone. Please make sure to rest well and collect your thoughts. I need to prepare.
Cartonis has arrived.
Cartonis. What brings you to Marmorial Palace? I plan to get everything settled before coming to see you. Is there something urgent, Cartonis?
How are you holding up, I wanted to see. Better than I expected, you seem.
There's no room for doubt anymore. It's time to take action and show everyone that the leadership of the Chrysos heirs is still strong.
Right, your assessment is. Now, here. Take this.
Is this it? You've completed it.
Nice sword.
Dawnmaker. The name I've chosen for it. Before dawn, prepare for battle. For tomorrow, wield your sword. Befits your stature, it does. Chrysos heir.
Dawnmaker. Unbelievable. You've never seen that black-clad sword master. Yet you've recreated this so precisely, just from what I described.
Oh, you told him to make it look like that? Okay.
Precise your description. Imbued it with the power of dawn I
Kind of a weird
already
choice.
have. Guided by your will, gleam with golden flames, its blade will.
But is it a self-fulfilling prophecy?
Wield it. May triumph always be yours.
Thank you, Cartonis. I will use this sword to protect the beings of Amphorius.
Another thing there is.
What's this?
Stored here, the remnants of Aglaya's divinity are. This was her commission. Her death she had long foreseen.
Can she still hear us?
It's difficult to confirm. About divinity, we know very little. In this way, she wanted to be with you. Always.
I understand. Let me keep it. With this, I'll have another constant companion by my side. May this world never have a need for a deliverer. Someone told me long ago. But when the world dashed her hopes and fell into disarray, if she could see me now, leading from the front, rallying people against their destiny, she would surely smile.
How will the Holy City continue without Lady Goldweaver? Look! Lord Finan is here.
Will he step up to lead Akama?
Not long ago, I spoke at the Citizens' Assembly at Dawncloud. I wrestled with every word, searching for the right ones to rally support and keep the Chrysos heir's flame chase alive. In the end, I remembered a lesson from one of my teachers. In battles where words are weapons, outrage and blind passion often overpower reason. I followed his strategy. I painted my opponents as nothing more than pests, tore apart their character, and laid out their crimes. The strategy worked. I secured enough votes to achieve my goal, but afterward, there wasn't even a flicker of joy. I realized that apparent victory masked a deeper failure. In my pursuit of success, I fueled division and strayed far from my very purpose that led me to the Flame Chase journey. This journey was supposed to unify, not divide. To strengthen us, not weaken us. It was the gold thread that mended our rifts in the past. Some saw it as a means of surveillance, a tool of control. But no one can deny that it was Aglaya who held this city and even this shattered world together. Now she is gone. Yes, as you have heard, the demigod Aglaya, who guarded the holy city for a millennium, has indeed fallen.
Who murdered Lady Goldweaver?
Find the murderer! Make them pay!
I felt the same as all of you initially. I wanted to stand here beside you, to condemn the sinners, to discuss retribution, and to see justice brought down upon them. But my perspective has changed. The golden threads that once bound this city have unraveled. Yet no one is celebrating their freedom from control. In the empty markets and bath chambers, one feeling lingers. Unease. Deep down, we all know the last safeguard against the harm we may do to each other is gone. No divine power will protect us from the malice in our hearts. From now on, only the moral code we choose to uphold for ourselves will stand between us and the abyss.
Finon has a way with words.
There's something special about a man of letters. Not really sure what that means. If it were me up there, I could do it too. Just be quiet and listen carefully.
Oh, all right.
The flame-chased journey is nearing its end. With only one Titan left for the Chrysos heirs to conquer. Aquila! Before I rise to the skies, I challenge you. Cast out the shadows and malice within your hearts. Let your spirit shine brighter than the sky itself. Let me bear witness. Even without the divine authority of romance, Akuma will remain a sanctuary in these end times. A place for the kind people Aglaya dreamed of. The kind of people foretold in prophecy. A better people!
Better people! Better people! Better people! Better people! Better people! Better people!
I appreciate your willingness to accept the challenge. You have reminded me that Aglaya left me perhaps the simplest duty in the world. To bear the burden of creation, I need only to give one thing. It's a gift she once gave me without hesitation, and now I share it with each of you. Unshakable faith. There's still a long way to go before Amphorius is reborn. But we will not forget the past as we move forward. For the memories of Amphorius will always benefit future generations. Allow me this moment. I want to borrow a few minutes of your time to commemorate a demigod who protected the Holy City for a millennium. She was Akima's dressmaker, the leader of the Chrysos heirs, the Gold Weaver, Aglaya, and her greatest feat was being a selfless person.
That singing sounds so familiar. That's our song, and Snowy used to love it!
Yes, Lady Trian. For that child filled with anxiety. Your songs always dispelled the clouds in my heart. Even if for just a moment.
Snowy was so cute and kind when he was little. Now... you've grown so much. Maybe not as cute, but still just as kind.
Time spares no one, so there's nothing we can do. But kindness, you helped nurture it in me.
Don't mention it. Your light is as bright as ever. Keep it up and stay strong. See you, Snowy.
Goodbye, Lady Trian.
I heard what you said. Are you suggesting the debate tactics I've taught you are nothing but sleight of hand?
Not at all, Professor Anaxa. Honestly, without those techniques you taught me, the Flame Chase journey might not have survived.
Good thing your head's still clear. A Chrysos heir of Kefali. I had no idea you had it in you while I was drilling those formulas in your head in class.
Who could have thought, Professor? By the way, I've completely forgotten those formulas now.
Some things never change. In our next lives, I'll teach you how to truly embrace your divine duties.
I'll be waiting. Goodbye, Professor Anaxa. Ms. Castros, aren't you going to say something?
Lord Finan, you have always been so approachable. Ever since we first met, you've seen me as a friend. It was the first time I understood what everyday friendship was like. But that's dangerous.
Dangerous?
Laughing and chatting with you, I sometimes forget who I am. And for someone with my kind of power, that's a real hazard.
I hadn't thought of it that way. Sorry, I forgot to consider your perspective.
Please, no apologies. Despite everything, thinking back on the times we spent together makes me really happy.
I feel the same.
Goodbye, Finan.
Goodbye, Gasteras. Aglaya.
Remember, Finan, after completing the flame chase, leave the decision to initiate the miracle of Genesis to the Amphorians. The Chrysos heirs are the executors of the prophecy, yet they, the people, are the true masters of this world.
Rest assured, I always keep your teachings in mind. The difference between a presumptuous hero and a tyrant is a fine line.
Well said. You've got a good memory.
It's late. Anything else you'd like to add?
Anything else? Even in your imagination, I'm not one to show my vulnerable side.
No worries. I've long understood how difficult it is for you to open up completely. Thank you for bringing me here, Aglaya. You saved me.
Maybe what I wanted to save wasn't you, child, but this crumbling world. Goodbye, Finan.
Goodbye, Aglaya.
Did you forget me?
Forget you. Like I'd ever. We aren't parting ways forever. You're just off to guard the gates at Castrum Kremnos. Let's not make this a tearful farewell.
You know just how to make a person uncomfortable. I have a feeling we'll meet again in this lifetime. Let's have another showdown then. Deliver.
That's very confident of you. I've changed since then. Have you seen this sword? It's a masterpiece freshly forged by Cartonis.
A bold statement for a mere mortal who hasn't yet claimed the power of a titan. See you around. Finan of Ides Elysiae.
It's a date, Mightymoose.
What a poignant, yet splendid journey. And it's still not over yet, is it?
Yes, Cyrene.
Why do my jokes always come true? I was joking about Mim being a human once. That's Mim's voice.
I was right. In the end, you did become the deliverer in this story.
Isn't it?
A lot has changed while you were away. I've met so many people and tried so many things. I've found new resolve. And I've let go of some attachments. I'm not the same person I used to be.
But to me, you've never changed at all, Finan.
I think it is. I have to hear Mim again. Hopefully sooner rather than later.
Dawn Cloud. This place holds so many different kinds of memories.
I don't know what that means, like how that works. Cyrene died when Ides Elysiae was destroyed by the Black Tide. So if she's Mim, then like, how did she become Mim? I guess through the power of remembrance? I don't know. Although she technically existed before that. No, because when we first came to Emphorus, Mim was floating around a little bit. It wasn't just when we met Fuli. I don't know.
I remember you could see the Gold Weaver sign from here, all the way down the mountain. But my eyes aren't what they used to be 1,000 years ago.
Cyphra, you...
Seamstress. Tell me, does Akama have any treasures so rare that not even your... I mean, our shop has seen?
Of course it has. I heard there's a gem of all worlds hidden somewhere in Dawn Cloud. Apparently, it's a piece that fell out of the Dawn device. It's truly a priceless treasure, being a part of Kefali's divine body. Even I, The Gold Weaver cannot witness its glamour.
Gem of all worlds. Nice! Got it! Well, please keep looking after the shop while I...
Let me guess, Cypherer. You're probably already plotting to sneak into Dawncloud to steal that gem, aren't you? And your next move is probably trying to sell it to the highest bidder, then distribute that money to the poor and the refugees in the Holy City?
Look, seamstress. Are you sure you aren't peeking into my head with your golden threads?
You might be skilled at covering up lies, but your compassion is all over your face, plain as day. Don't lie to yourself. Do you honestly think this is the right thing to do, Cypherer?
Steal a gem to help the poor? Question mark.
What else am I supposed to do? That's the only thing I can do with my power. You keep talking about how I have the potential to become a good person, or even what people call a hero. But I don't know what I need to do to get there! I can't weave golden dresses like you! I can't sing as well as Miss Hyceelins! And I definitely don't know as much as Big Sis Treby! The only things I'm good at are the underhanded street smarts that no one even respects. But I still want to be worthy of you. I want to prove that you've made the right choice. Even thieves can dream. Right? I know, Cypherer. I know. You are justified in your anger. Destiny is never fair. And your path is doomed to be even worse than everyone else's. You are fated to walk in the dark and bear the world's misunderstanding in this journey. But you have to believe that everyone in this world is unique in their own way. I am convinced that you're the only one who can bear the authority of trickery, even if you have to contend with the legendary 300 master thieves of Dolos.
Aglaya. I just want everyone to believe that the world is beautiful, and that everyone is simple and kind. If only I could get everyone to believe that. Would that lie become reality? If enough people believed in it, even though it's a lie.
Lies will always be lies, Cypherer. But sometimes they can be more noble than the truth.
Huh. Are you really planning to just stand there forever? Honestly, sneaking around doesn't suit you, Deliverer.
I never thought I could slip past your sharp ears, Miss Cypher. I just didn't think it'd be right to interrupt when you're obviously lost in thoughts.
Still as charming with your words as ever, boy. Your speech at the public baths wasn't half bad, I'll admit. It managed to touch my heart. Just a smidge.
Thank you. I had a feeling back then that you were in the audience. Intuition certainly is a thing of wonder.
Oh, and you didn't call me out on the spot. You waited all this time to tell me.
Well, I thought you'd need some time to yourself. After she passed away.
None of your business. Enough small talk. Tell me, what kind of trouble did you run into that you need me, the super old-timer, to step in?
We've only met a couple of times, but you've always gone straight to business. I respect that about you, old-timer, so I'll cut to the chase. You're probably aware that Aglaya has earned the support of the entire city for the Chrysos heirs. Everyone believes that she died at the hands of council members who were against the flame chase, and the citizens' fury has been dragging these schemers out of the shadows one by one. But they didn't get everybody. To this day, we still haven't found Elder Kynus, the leader of the Cleaners.
Ah, I see. You're afraid she'll do something wild now that she's pushed into a corner, aren't you?
Yes. I believe that Kefali's core flame, forever enshrined above the council theater, would be the opposition's final trump card against the Chrysos heirs. We're setting out to campaign against Aquila in a few days. With the Chrysos heirs gone, it'll be their best chance to strike.
You think those desperate dogs will try to snatch the core flame while you're gone? So, you want me to give them a nice long walk while you're away, right?
You sure saw right through me, Miss Cipher. I know exactly what you can do. Godlike speed, perfect disguises, untraceable movement, and that most enigmatic authority of trickery. I have only one request. Please, use whatever tricks you need to protect Kefali's core flame. Even if you have to deceive the rest of the Chrysos heirs as well.
Uh-huh. Hey, Deliverer. Do you honestly think that there's no way I'll turn you down? Do you even have any plan Bs if I decide to nope out on this?
As the demigod of trickery, there are no other trump cards in the world that can outrank you. I'm sure you know the answer to your own question, Miss Cipher.
Not many heirs left. Yeah, just 4 of them? 5 of them? Yeah, 5 of them. Not including us, because we're not an heir.
What confidence. You talk as if you have everything in the palm of your hand. Huh. So you did learn a thing or two from her. I'll give you that.
I mean, technically Castorise is still alive, but they're treating it as if she's dead, so I guess I will too.
Then let me tell you something you don't know. The Flame Reaver. They've been watching Akama closely.
Yeah. I'm worried when all the Chrysos heirs leave to go to Aquila, the Flame Reaver will attack Akama.
You mean...
Bet you didn't expect that, huh? I've been tracking them all this time. And this is my conclusion. That lunatic may have lost their mind, but they're no fool. Why do you think they haven't made a move on Akama yet?
Professor Anaxa once analyzed this. He thought it was probably because Kefali's core flame was protected by the Council of Elders' secret arts.
Ha! Sacred art's my foot! I could break those mechanisms with a flick of my finger. Allow me to let you in on the actual secret. They probably held off from attacking Akama because the Seamstress's defense network was way tougher than you thought. Now that she's gone, and you're heading out to the Eye of Twilight, with the city's defenses in shambles.
What a dangerous situation we find ourselves in. But since you're the one who brought it up, I'm guessing you already have a solution in mind.
Just look how ridiculously calm you are right now. But you guessed it right. Consider this a 2-for-1 deal. I'll keep that lunatic entertained on top of protecting Kefali's core flame. You owe a big favor after this.
You have my deepest gratitude. That Flame Reaver's power is truly unfathomable. Please be careful.
Don't forget, Deliverer. There's a fundamental truth in this world. Cyphera will always get the last laugh. No need to worry about a demigod. I'll do my job. So you...
Cypher will always get the last laugh is not in yellow text, therefore it can't be true.
need to make sure you don't die before you pay me.
Switching to Hyacine. Meanwhile, in the Grove of Epiphany. I wonder if Don Hung will stay in Akuma. He usually does. So that'd be good.
I'm back. I've been trying to stay away from here since the Black Tide destroyed the Grove. And through that, stay away from the memories that might make me sad. But the wind keeps pulling me back. Maybe that's the Twilight Courtyard's duty, after all. I know, little Ika. I know. I too miss the days when we all studied together. But we have an even more important mission this time round. Lord Finan has already set the date to campaign against Aquila. Being a descendant of the Sky People, You're right. At least I can still afford to get lost in thought once in a while. Oh, ancestors. Please wait for just a bit longer. The time I spent in the Grove deserves some reminiscence.
I don't know why. Oh, ancestors, please wait a bit longer is in yellow. But it must be important. I don't know if they've ever talked about the Sky People until now, but it's interesting that apparently there were people living in the sky. But I guess not high enough for Aquila to care. I don't know. But I wonder if they're different from other people, technically. They're not native? Assuming anyone's native to this place? Don't know why it switched me to Firefly team, but it did. We use Hyacine? We can. Guess we will.
Bree, have you ever seen a rainbow-colored sky? This was where Professor Anaxa gave us the lesson.
The lesson, wow.
I can still see that day in my mind.
And that was your last lesson in the Grove. Now, each of you will head off on your own path. How much the Grove's teachings can help you in the real world, depends on how well you can put knowledge into practice. However, heed this warning. If you ever do anything disgraceful out there, don't ever claim you were the student of Anaxagoras, one of the 7 sages.
Professor Anaxa, there are still other classes scheduled on the calendar. Are you sure you didn't...
Firstly, call me Professor Anaxagoras. Secondly, to clarify, the last lesson means the last lesson I will teach you. I will be entering seclusion from today onwards to research ancient alchemy, and all my teaching activities will be put on hold.
Ah, I see. So you're saying that the lessons taught by all the other teachers aren't good enough to be considered lessons?
All you do every day is wag that sharp tongue of yours. That's a credit deduction, fine enough IDs Elysiae. I have nothing left to say.
That was a weird laugh.
Next.
Please wait, Professor. According to the Grove's protocols for a cohort's final class, the lecturer should take some time in that lesson to discuss the students' post-graduation aspirations with them and guide them toward a solid path. Surely you can't skip such a crucial step, Professor.
The teaching assistant, Miss Hyacinth, is truly Professor Anaxa's nemesis.
Fine. Since Hyacinthia insists on this, let's go through the process. Since some of you are so eager to speak, why don't we start with you, Finan of IDs Elysiae? What is your post-graduation aspiration?
Yeah, I'll see that flying pig in the background on the left side. It's lost a lot of frames for some reason.
Me? Well, it's not exactly an aspiration, but the only thing I want to do is to protect the people I care about.
I see. So you want to be a hero? How boring. Next.
I didn't say...
Castoris, you've been giggling for quite some time. How about you go next?
I guess Castoris giggled back then, which it just sounds weird.
Perhaps my answer is a bit vague and meaningless, Professor Anaxagoras, but I hope the world can be freed from the agony of death, so that every living being may find calming peace.
How naive. So naive that it makes me want to weep for your fairy tale. See, this is why I don't want to follow those outdated protocols. All I get are boring answers. Since you suggested this whole process, why don't you wrap this up, Hyacinthia? Share your aspiration with everyone, and let's see if yours stands out.
So it's finally my turn. Good thing I came prepared. My aspiration is nothing less than completing the final blank page at the end of the hero's epic.
Look at a smug look she has.
Blank page? An interesting description. Do explain, assistant.
I've read all of Amphorius's heroic epics while studying at the Grove, and a common thread came to my attention. Almost every epic ends with a description of the hero's achievements. But few mention how the everyday people of that time lived. No one recorded the struggles and suffering the commoners endured.
So you're saying that, instead of legendary heroes, you're more focused on commoners living on the peripheries of historical records.
Perhaps I'm influenced by my background. My ancestor, Seliosi the Day Thunder Knight, raised her spear against the sky and ushered in the flame-chasing era that continues to this day.
That's the second time she said that, and I'm really confused by who ushered in the flame chase era. I feel like we've got conflicting reports. Was it Celios? Was it Tribby? Maybe even the Talenton person? I don't know.
Her story is told to every child descended from the Skyfolk. We have no doubts about Celiosi's greatness, yet her towering figure overshadowed every record from that entire era.
All of the above? If that was on the test, that would be the correct answer.
What about the Day Thunder Knight's family, allies, and friends? What about the survivors and those who died in the great battles? Whenever I think about their stories by the campfire, I realize the details of those legends have been long lost. And only Celiosi's name remains. Her brilliance had become as blinding as Aquila's, lording over everything on the ground. That's why I'm glad that my era does not lack heroes. All my ancestors had was a sad past. But I have a future I want to protect. Instead of becoming a hero and ushering in a golden deluge to baptize the world anew, I want to stay in the backline and save all the ordinary humans from drowning in the rising waves. I wish not to return to the sky, but to walk among the masses on Earth. I believe it's the only way for the saga of creation. To include a footnote for the everyday people in its blank page. I'm getting embarrassed from remembering how I said all that, but my beliefs have never changed. Now I really have a chance to stay behind the hero's front line and realize my dream.
Hyacine.
Danny, what are you doing here?
I didn't expect to see you again in the Grove. Bainon mentioned you were gearing up for the campaign against Aquila. Are you here to...
You guessed it. To reach Aquila's realm in the sky, descendants of the Sky People must perform a bloodline ceremony, summon the spirits of our ancestors, and get their blessings.
Oh. So we do know how to get to Aquila. This whole time.
That's the only way for creatures on Earth to forge the Rainbow Bridge to the sky. And the soul of the first ancestor I want to see is here in the Grove.
There's a Rainbow Bridge, huh? The Rainbow Bridge is essential to achieve the core flame of Aquila, but undertaking such a vital ceremony alone is far too risky.
Don't worry. I have little Ika with me. You will protect me, won't you? Good, Ika. Well, what brings you here, Danny?
I'm collecting as many myths and research about the Titans as I can. Everything about Amphoreus is a valuable addition to our databank when I get back to the Astral Express.
Right. If all goes as planned, you and Gray will be able to go home after this mission, won't you?
Yes, assuming we can actually break the curse about worlds beyond the sky, I have a feeling it's not going to be smooth sailing.
Oh? Could it be that you too have some kind of hidden powers to make prophecies now?
That is not it. But I'm starting to question how real everything is after a conversation with a member of the Council of Elders. Welcome to my boat.
Didn't understand that either, little Ika.
Don't worry about it. There's a lot that I still don't understand.
Since we've already met up, why don't you come with me, Danny?
I was thinking the same thing. The grove is fraught with danger right now, and an extra pair of hands translates to extra security.
That's the dependable express guard for you. So, shall we get going?
Well, I just don't see how we are supposed to be able to leave when we have Orynyx inside of us. Then again, the demigods can die, so maybe it's the same principle. I don't know. Not that I think we're probably gonna. Oh, we're going this way. I think it's safe to assume that we're not, like, the cycle is not going to complete. Like, we're gonna change things up, right? The question is whether or not that will bring people back, because otherwise the majority of characters they've released for this arc are dead. So, which is a bold move to make them playable, and the majority of them are actually dead. And more could happen still.
The chromocopter is vibrating. There must be memories of an ancestor nearby.
Why are the memories in the Grove of Epiphany? What is this?
This is the divine object of the Sky People, the chromocopter. Our ancestors dictated that when a descendant of the Skyfolk is ready to challenge Akula again, they must first awaken the spirits of their ancestors with the chromocopter and receive their benediction. Only after this can the chosen Skyfolk reascend to the heavens.
Is it to prevent those who are not qualified from pointlessly losing their lives?
Very prudent, wouldn't you say? The soul of an ancestor slumbers here. Now, I will awaken them.
Right.
I am Hyacinthia from the Twilight Courtyard, a descendant of the sky who has inherited the duty of flame chase. The time has come to fulfill our clan's destiny. I will join the heroes of the prophecy to return to the sky and retrieve the core flame. Ancestor, please bestow upon me your generous blessing.
Listen carefully to Hyacinth talk with the ancestor, or just zone out for a while, I guess. Now we'll listen.
Who has awakened me?
It's Hyacinthia, a descendant of the Sky People. I apologize for interrupting your slumber. You are Lord Crispus, aren't you? I've read your story in our family tree. You were a righteous judge who vindicated many who were wrongfully accused.
I never imagined someone in this era would still remember my name. So, our bloodline and duty have continued to this distant age.
Indeed, it has. I have awakened you in the hope of receiving your blessing. For the flame chase journey is nearing its perfect conclusion. And retrieving the core flame of Akula is the final challenge the heroes will face.
Perfect conclusion. Hyacinthia, You look very young, and you do not have the bearings of a warrior who can contend with a titan. How can you convince me that this blessing will not turn into a curse, leading a child like you to your demise?
1,000 years ago, Seliosi, who conquered the skies, left behind legends and a will, entrusting the mission to return the Sky Titan's core flame to her descendants, to people like you and me. Though I'm not a warrior, I will not turn away from the mission that has flowed through our blood for 1,000 years. And I am not fighting alone. I have the strongest and most tenacious companions in the world. Amphorius is in an era brimming with heroes. The burden of retrieving Aquala's core flame no longer rests solely on the shoulders of the chosen Skyfolk. I now wield the power of healing. I aim to mend the fissures in the sky and heal the wounds of the people. I desire to define the mission of the Skyfolk in my own terms, to conclude the vigil that has spanned millennia.
I sense resilience in your words. Not an outward resilience, but something deeper within. Receive my blessings, young Hyacinthia. May you gain wings to return to the sky via the bridge of rainbows.
Thank you for your trust, Lord Crispus. We won't let you down.
Well done, Hyacinth, or Hyacine.
Thank you. My ancestors were all pretty strong-willed people. It won't be easy convincing them. I've run through these upcoming conversations in my head more times than I can count.
Looks like your efforts paid off.
Now, the next ancestor on the list. Her spirit is said to rest in the Vortex of Genesis. A pity that the ceremony has to be performed in strict order. Shall we head back to Akama together, Danny?
How did her spirit get into the Vortex of Genesis? The Vortex of Genesis, huh? I have a suggestion. Remember how you suggested I learn the secret arts of water from Fagusa's priests? I've been practicing that in my spare time, and made some progress. Now, as long as I have spirit water with me, I can use those techniques to carve a path directly to the Vortex of Genesis.
Oh, I remember! I didn't expect you to keep at it this long. That's so like you, Danny.
Compared to the currents of my home, the waters of Amphorius are rather untamed. Subduing the waters wasn't easy, but I've gotten the hang of it now.
That makes sense. Fagusa was always described as a fickle titan in the myths. Since you're offering, then let me put your skills to the test, Danny.
The spirit water gauge formed with this technique isn't as stable as a ritual basin. It's likely only let one person through. And as Fagusa's priest designed it, the entrance serves as the exit. You'll need to come back through the vortex once you've met your ancestor's spirit. Little Ika and I will be waiting here.
Got it. I'm counting on you, Danny.
Under the raucous steps of their frenzied dance, may the roar of celebration hides the world's heartbeat. Spirit water, reveal the way.
The Vortex of Genesis. Unbelievable. Danny is full of surprises. But this does feel way more disorienting than the ritual basin. Wait, is Lady Treepy here too? And who is that next to her?
Has she never met Cypher?
Oh, I think I know who that is.
Do you have to go already, Syphy? It's been ages since you were last in Akama. You could have taken some time to rest, and we could have caught up.
That's alright, big sister Treeby. I've gotten used to life on the road. Staying in this bustling city actually feels off. Besides, your prize student gave me an incredibly tough mission to handle.
Cut Snowy some slack, Syphy. He's still so young, yet he's shouldering all the responsibilities Aggie left behind. Besides, Snowy's not the kind to ask for help lightly. Since he came to you, it means you're the best person for the job.
You really spoil him, big sis Treeby.
Guess I'm past the age for someone to look after me.
Syphy.
Cypher's voice actor really goes all out.
Just kidding. I get it. That deliverer boy does have a certain charisma about him. It reminds me of Aglaia in her prime. Anyway, I'm about to head out. Oh, big sis Treeby, before I go, got a little gift for you.
Well, didn't expect you to be so thoughtful. What's in it?
It's some kind of calling card.
That's a part of the game too. If you want to see the full picture of what's inside, you'll have to wait until nightfall.
A gift with a mysterious twist? Seriously?
Huh? Looks like we have company.
Lady Treeby, and this graceful lady must be Miss Cypher. I'm Hyacinthia from the Twilight Courtyard. Everyone calls me Hyacinth. Pleased to meet you.
Bright and cheery as a lamp. Well, hello there, pink child. I'm Cyphera from the long-fallen city-state of Dolos. As for the rest, it's all in the history books, so I don't need to repeat it here. So, you're from the Twilight Courtyard. Does that mean?
Yes, I'm a descendant of the Sky People, the Chrysos heir about to take over the authority of Sky.
Whoa! That's unexpected. I figured Celiosi's descendant would be, I don't know, taller, stronger.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Syphy. Zinni is a master of her craft. She's the most skilled and dependable physician in all of Amphorius.
Don't worry, Lady Cypher. I may not be as strong and warlike as Lady Celiosi from 1,000 years ago, but I'm confident I can carry out the mission of the Skyfolk.
All this talk about missions, you're making it sound way too serious. You've got to look out for yourself, girl. Don't push yourself too hard. I'd hate to see that cute face all scratched out by Aquila's claws.
Syphy cracking jokes? Looks like you haven't forgotten what Aggie said all those years ago.
Anyway, I've got a mission to handle, so I'll get going. Good luck, Miss Hyacinth. And if things get tough, just let that deliverer take the lead.
Cypher uses the Coin of Whimsy's ability and teleports away from the vortex.
Miss Cypher is in such a hurry.
Don't worry, she's always been like that. It's good to have her back in Akama lending a hand. Well, enough about her for now. You're here because of your mission, aren't you, Zinni? It's the perfect opportunity for me to go and tuck Syphy's gift away somewhere safe. The Vortex of Genesis is all yours.
I will join the heroes of the prophecy to return to the sky and retrieve the core flame. Ancestor, please bestow upon me your generous blessing.
Converse with the ancestor.
Child, what brings you both before me. Could it be you're a descendant of the Sky People?
Yes, I am Hyacinthia of the Twilight Courtyard, the successor of the Sky People's flame chase duty. You must be Gem Electra. Legend has it that during the Chrysos War, you led our people to ally with Akuma and held back the Kremnoan forces. It was your victory that earned the Sky People a place in the Holy City.
Hyacinthia, you seem well versed in our clan's history. And this is the Vortex of Genesis?
Did you not know you were here?
It is. Look, 10 stars have already been lit. The Chrysos Heir's flame chase journey is nearing its end.
Are those the core flames of Fagusa and Giorios? Does that mean Hycelans and the Mountain Dwellers successfully carried out their duty? As fellow pillars of Amphorius, who would have thought that Sky's duty could only be fulfilled after 1,000 years?
It's because Sky shelters all beneath it. If it were to shatter, the world would fall apart with it. That's why Lady Aglaya made the core flame of Aquila the final step in our campaign.
They said that before too. I don't know if I've mentioned this either, but taking the core flames doesn't actually like get rid of these things. Otherwise there'd be no law or earth or water. Like, so I don't know why there'd be no sky. Doesn't really make sense.
Aglaya? Is she still on the flame chase journey after 1,000 years?
They were talking about, they kind of were talking about the same thing when back in the 3.2 with Castries and Death, but like, there's still Death. I guess she could have turned off Death, but she didn't.
Unfortunately, she has recently left us. But you're right. She was indeed still guiding the Chrysos heirs forward.
Incredible. That girl actually managed to endure the merciless erosion of time, and lasted for so long. Answer me, Hyacinthia. Since you recognize me, you must have also read my writings, no?
Every record regarding my lineage is etched in my memory, including your words.
In that case, you're probably aware of the prophecy I sought from a certain Trebios.
Yes. At the end of the Rainbow Bridge, the Sky Folk will mend dusk and dawn. But unfortunately, no ancestor has ever been able to truly decipher its meaning.
I see. Yet, Trebios' prophecies never fail.
Mend dusk and dawn. Well, dawn is usually Kefli. So what is dusk?
Perhaps you'll be the one to witness its fulfillment, child. May the prophecy lead you to a gentle fate.
Thank you, Lady Ektra. Whatever fate the prophecy holds, I'll face it head on. It's only by giving everything we have that we can truly accept any outcome with a smile. Won't you agree?
I like you, child. I wish this conversation could go on a little longer. Take my blessing, Hyacinthia. When I first saw you, I indeed had my doubts. But your resolve has touched me. If Sky's divinity is fated to pass on, I hope it incorporates your optimism and kindness.
Your blessing is a treasure beyond measure, General. Rest well. I'll make sure your gift is put to its best use. General Ektra is so different from how the records described her. She's quite a gentle person. All right, time to head back to the Grove. I shouldn't keep Danny and little Ika waiting.
You're back. How did it go?
It went great. Your spirit water art was a huge help, Danny.
Do you mind sharing your ancestor's spirit, or what your ancestor's spirit said to you? Hyacinth recounts her conversation with General Ektra.
What's wrong, Danny?
Nothing. It sounds like everything went smoothly. It's just, I'm a bit concerned about the prophecy you mentioned. At the end of the Rainbow Bridge, the Skyfolk will mend dusk and dawn. I was wondering how they're going to tell people who skipped this what the prophecy was. I can sense a hint of sadness in those brief words.
You've always been a bit of a sensitive soul, haven't you, Danny? Lady Trina deciphers countless prophecies every day, and this one's just another among many. Don't worry too much about it.
I hope so.
Come on, Danny. Don't look so gloomy. We're gonna have to take a long trip for the final visit to the ancestors.
Where are we going?
Our final stop is Lord Mighty's home, Castrum Kremnos.
Mending dusk and dawn's a sad thing.
We're here. This is it.
Castrum Kremnos.
Lord Mighty has been fighting the Black Tide here, alone day after day. I'm worried about him.
If this is a mobile fortress that he's been driving around to fight the Black Tide, how did you guys find it again? He sent a message earlier carried by thunder warning us to watch out for the Flame Reaver's actions.
That means he hasn't been consumed by the Black Tide's madness yet. We're here to complete an important mission. We shouldn't interfere with this battlefield. Don't you agree, Danny?
I agree.
There. That sleeping spirit is my grandmother.
Wow. Why is she in Castrum Kremnos? Your grandmother?
Yes, my grandmother Jacintha was a warrior. She represented the Twilight Courtyard in the Kremnos Festival.
Oh, that checks out.
She fought her way through every challenge and reached the final stage of the Kremnos Festival. She was just one step away from securing a peace treaty for the Skyfolk, but was ultimately defeated by the champion warrior of that time. I've never looked too deeply into the details of such ritualistic violence. The scroll simply described it as a glorious duel. But behind the glorious duel was a tragic end. Not long after the festival, my grandmother's injuries worsened, and she passed away far from home. This prophecy tablet was left here by the Kremnoans to honor her final wish. Her death marked the final collapse of the Twilight Courtyard, already fragile under the shadow of war. '
And the Kremnoan warrior she fought against.
Was Lord Grataros.
Wow, small world. Yet you still saved his life, even though he took your family.
Seeing him lying there, gravely wounded, bleeding out. I can't put what I felt at that moment into words. But when I heard Lord Grataros took that fatal blow to protect Lady Trianne, all those tangled feelings faded away. To quote Lord Finan, Grataros must have done that to become a better man.
It takes true courage to forgive. You're every bit as strong as your ancestors, Hyacine.
You're getting better at this, Danny. In her final diary entry, my grandmother wrote that when the moment of destiny comes, a descendant of the Sky People would deliver the message of their departure to her spirit. I wonder what she'd think when the one awaking her turns out to be her beloved granddaughter. I will join the heroes of the prophecy to return to the sky and retrieve the core flame. Ancestor, please bestow upon me your generous blessing.
Listen carefully.
Is this the world of the living? Wait. You... Could you be...
Her hair looks blonde, I guess, white maybe. So I don't think Hyacine got the blue pink from that side of the family.
Grandmother, it's me. You're Hyacinthia.
Hyacinthia, my little hummingbird. Why? How? Why is it you who awakened me? I have never imagined this. I thought I would feel happy for all my ancestors when this day came, but now I can't even experience the joy of seeing you again.
Do you remember that you and Father took me to my very first skyrite when I was 8? Back then, you wanted me to pick one accessory out of 4. The sun crown representing nobility, the storm bracelet symbolizing strength, the ice ring embodying wisdom, and the radiant pendant signifying kindness. Grandmother, do you remember the one I chose?
You spoke an innocent little prayer, infusing a faint thread of light to that modest pendant.
Yes, and I remember how surprised you were. In all those centuries, no other child of the Sky People had ever made the same choice I did.
Hyacinthia, there was a time when I thought you were a timid child. You never had much interest in swords or battle and had no relation to that fiery determination and strength in our blood. Yet I've told myself, that's not a bad thing. If my hummingbird could live her life in kindness and optimism, then it'd be a good thing. I never thought the burden of retrieving the core flame of Aquila would fall to you.
Don't worry about me, Grandmother. I believe what makes someone a Skyfolk isn't just outstanding strength, but the capacity to shape the world. When the world cried out for a hero to challenge the gods 1,000 years ago, Zeliosi stepped forward and began the flame-chasing era.
When the world cried out, but wasn't it Tribby who flew around the world delivering them prophecy? Maybe Celios was the first one to accept it, I guess? I don't know.
And now, as the Flame Chase journey nears its end. This broken world is crying out for something else. Healing. Isn't it poetic? A saga that spans 1,000 years, began with Sky, and will also end with Sky.
You're still as optimistic as ever, just like when you were a kid. If your mind is set, Hyacinthia, then carry your resolve through to the very end. Return to the sky with my blessing, and watch over this world on the threshold of salvation.
Grandmother, thank you. But I have one last request.
Speak, Hyacinthia. We should still have some time.
Before you go, could you tell me the tale of the Sky Hero once more? Just like you used to?
Then listen closely, my dearest hummingbird. After all, this will be the last time. For millennia, the Titans waged relentless wars, leaving the world scarred and ravaged. A century of the Chrysos War plunged the nations into chaos and decay, until a spear, fueled by mortal rage, pierced through the smoke and flames that buried the prophecy of deliverance. Aquila, the celestial shaper, the 100-eyed divine bird crowned with the blazing sun and wielding thunder, those struck blind in 99 eyes by Nikador, they kept one eye glaring at the children of Twilight who received divine blessing, yet turned their weapons against the gods. The Chrysos heir of the sky, Celiosi, the Day Thunder Knight, ascended the forbidden lands of the Eye of Twilight at dusk, clad in wings.
This is a century into the war. But why was it the Chrysos War if she started... So they already knew about Chrysos stuff, so... I thought I understood the timeline, but now I'm just confused again.
To her left was the lion-headed Solibus the Sunlit Wings, whose roars breathed divine flames and scorched the world. To her right was the horse-bodied Lunibus, the Moonlit Plume, whose graceful steps trampled the stars in the heavens.
Unless they're like, Tribios received the prophecy from Kethely, took the core flame of Yanis, and then traveled around the world carrying the message of the prophecy, but she wasn't necessarily the one who said we have to do the flame chase journey and kill the gods per se. And I guess maybe Celios hearing the prophecy from Tribios 100 years after the Chrysos War. But then, like, what started the Chrysos War if it wasn't part of the, like, flame chase journey? Celios started the flame chase journey? I don't know. Because the Chrysos War, I thought was a war between the Chrysos heirs. Although now it was a war against the Chrysos heirs. Or maybe it was both. But if they weren't already trying to hunt the gods, then what was the war even over? I figured that's what the war was over.
The one warrior and her two beasts challenged the ruler of the sky, determined to seize the divine core flame through plunder. The Titans' every roar summoned lightning bolts, and their every movement stirred cyclones. The wounded Titan's blood poured down like boiling rain upon the world and converged into scalding torrents. In the final moments of battle, the sunlit wings set the Titan's wings aflame, while the moonlit plume sealed the divine body. The battered hero of the sky, with her wings broken and her body covered in wounds, struggled to lift her spear and pierced the last monstrous eye.
Goodness.
The Titan's divine body crashed to the ground, and with it, the sky tore apart like fabric, about to fall with its god. The fear and pleas of mortals urged the hero of the sky to rise again. Celiosi, the Day Thunder Knight, the first of the Chrysos heirs to slay a god in this world, charged into the crumbling body of Aquila with her two fearless winged companions. She merged with the Titan, holding up the sky once more, only to leave behind a powerful message for the world. My descendants will be blessed and cross the Rainbow Bridge back to the sky. At the end of the prophecy of Genesis, they will reclaim the core flame from my hands.
So she already killed Aquila? Why didn't she just take the core flame? Why didn't she just take the core flame and become the demigod of Aquila?
Today's the day.
A few days later at Dawncloud.
Wow, I didn't expect it to be so lively up here.
And it's been too long for me to compare Mim and Cyrene's voice, but I can do that later through the VOD.
Are these people here to send off the Chrysos heirs?
There's Finan. Let's go talk to him.
Our voice is bordering on Dan Heng now as well. There's only room for one monotone guy in this train.
I know this is a big ask, Namazune. I hope you understand.
Please don't say that, Lord Finan. It's an honor for us to be entrusted with this task.
Go then. Let's hope our concerns don't come true.
I hope you all return safely, my lord.
There you are, partner. You didn't oversleep this time, did you?
I never show up late to important things.
Always dependable. I just hope you didn't lose any sleep. We've still got a tough fight ahead. Ready, comrade? If all goes according to plan, this could be the last battle where we fight at each other's side. If the curse separating Amphorius from the world beyond the sky is truly Aquila's doing, then you'll be able to return home after their fall.
Assuming we can fix the car.
Sorry, I'm no help there.
Don't worry. Don Hung mentioned that Counselor Lygus can help you with that.
A day on the ground feels like 10 years in the sky.
Really? That's the first time I've heard that.
Same. I don't even know why we're saying that. What is the context for that?
He just makes things up. Don't take it too seriously.
Insincerely, I'll miss you all.
You sound a little insincere there, buddy.
That was totally insincere, partner.
Aren't I supposed to be a reincarnate? Okay, now we're asking the real questions. Aren't I supposed to be a reincarnating Titan now?
That would be a problem. We'll need to get you home before Aranova.
Yeah, but then how would you guys get to Aranova?
Let's leave the emotional
How does this
goodbyes
work?
for later. That'll give us some time to figure out what we should be feeling at that time. Besides, when we were playing the Seal Slammers...
Wow, that canonically happened. I mean, I guess Seal Slammers had a canonical event at the end of it as well.
that bumping seal game, didn't you teach me something back then?
I didn't expect them to mention it, though.
Crack the champagne at halftime to watch victory slip away.
Well, it's 10 out of 12th time now. We can totally open the champagne bottle.
Well, then I have to use something else Don Hung taught me as comeback. The last mile is the hardest.
Hey, speaking of Don Hung, where is he?
He arrived before everyone else and climbed to the cliff top to wait for us.
Classic Don Hung.
He's probably not keen on being the center of attention.
Lord Finan, please make sure you all come back safely.
Please defeat the indifferent Eye of Twilight and restore compassionate sky to Enforius.
Thank you all for your blessings. Rest assured, we're fully prepared. But I'm not the main attraction today. Please don't hesitate to cheer for Miss Hyacinth when she arrives.
Miss Hyacinth, the chosen daughter of the sky, the pride of the Twilight Courtyard.
She's not just the pride of Akuma, but all of Amphorius as well. And furthermore, while the Flame Chase journey is led by the Chrysos heirs, it's not just those chosen by Aglaya who contributed to it. Let's extend our gratitude to the 2 warriors of the Outlands who bravely stepped up and risked their lives for those they've never met.
Hero, your saga will be chronicled in epics and celebrated across the New World.
Warrior from the Outlands, endowed with the might of Orynyx, the vanguard of deliverance.
Quite the flatterer, aren't you?
After all this time, you should know when I'm just being polite and when I'm genuinely speaking from the heart. That praise was heartfelt, partner. Had I not trusted my instincts and put my faith in you and Don Hung, it's hard to imagine what might have become of Ak. The guest of honor has arrived.
People of Akuma, I've been blessed by the ancestors of the Sky People. They have agreed to bestow the 1,000-year mission to me, and to have me claim the core flame of Aquila. Today is the year 4932 of the Light Calendar. 1062 years since the hero Seliosi initiated the Flame Chase journey. I, Hyacinthia of the Sky People, am prepared to lead the children of humanity back to the sky.
History doesn't breathe evenly. At times, it suspends its breath for millennia, as though time is frozen. At other times, it pants rapidly, as if poised to topple the world and our civilization in an instant. Its hurried gasps have sparked a tempest, sweeping all of us along. Hyacinth, as an observer, you've witnessed the return of 4 core flames. And now, it's your turn to fulfill your duty. Please, guide us into the heart of the storm as the executioner of this mission.
May mighty most protect us.
Splendid gods once walked the paths we walk.
Gonna make me walk all the way up there. Let's go to us.
All and bring light to this darkening world.
Is a hazy mirage.
Can't talk to him though.
To be immortalized in song, one must inevitably perish in the mortal realm.
They'll surely seize the core flame of sky and bring the flame chase journey to its perfect conclusion.
Thanks for waiting, Don Hung. The team tasked with conquering Aquila has finally assembled.
We've reshaped the history of the world with our hands over and over. I bet this trailblazing expedition could even make Akavili jealous. March is gonna be so jealous.
So full of energy, comrades. Seems I chose the perfect day. Hyacinth, it's all yours now.
Legend tells of the Skyfolk once divided into many tribes. The Sunfolk worshipped the sun. The Rainfolk were devoted to storms. And the Winterfolk waited for signs in the snow. Our ancestors lived under Aquila's light. Yet they were blinded to all but one color. They forgot that the light that illuminates the world is made of countless different colors. That's why the rainbow is my favorite. For not only does it reflect the many colors, it is also a bridge. And I want to use the Rainbow Bridge to link everyone's hearts and give hope to every soul on Earth. Ancestors, with the rainbow as your guide, lead me back to the home of the Skyfolk, a land we have not seen for 1,000 years. Oh, Rainbow Bridge, please guide us to ascend to the skies once more. sword together.
Flying along the Rainbow Bridge is truly an amazing experience. The Eye of Twilight. It's the legendary sky fortress of Aquila. I never imagined that one day I'd be able to step foot on it.
My ancestors once built a magnificent civilization among the heavens. The Eye of Twilight, which we are standing on, is the home of Aquila and the heart of the city-state in the clouds. This must be where the hero Selioce stood when she challenged Aquila and began the first step of the Flame Chase journey. We are here to end the journey she began.
Do you believe in the legends?
Even legends are corroded by time, but that won't change what we must do.
According to historical records, the civilization that worshipped Aquila once mastered advanced technology, which made their strategically located Sky Castrum the only force that could face Castrum Kremnos head-on in the Chrysos War. But they were divided within. The frequent wars started by the Chrysos heirs drained their power, especially after the prophecy descended. In the end, they had to hide among the clouds, far from the conflicts raging below.
So it was between Chrysos heirs. But it was even before the prophecy descended? Why were they fighting then? I don't. They were just fighting to fight? So they were still Chrysos heirs before they even knew why they were Chrysos heirs? Question mark? I mean, apparently.
Apparently, the division was between the two most important sky tribes, the Sunfolk and the Rainfolk. And Selioce's frustration towards the endless strife among her people made her turn her spear towards the Titan above.
Was her attack really that high?
After driving the enraged Titan to the brink of defeat with her two winged companions, they all vanished somewhere in the sky. Her achievements were unparalleled, even if later legends exaggerated the details. Yet she still could not end Aquila, nor bring back the core flame of Sky. Some say she sealed the wrath of the god within herself, trapping them deep within the Eye of Twilight to support the heavens of Amphorius forever.
In other words, she became one with the Titan. I would have considered it a fairy tale, but after seeing what happened with Professor Anaxa, not anymore. As that Titan and that fused hero been looking down on the world from here for 1,000 years.
Okay. It seems that way. It wants me to write in my book, but I don't want to do that. Not yet. I mean, I guess I could, but not yet.
Oh, you want this?
I wonder if there's gonna be nymphs here.
Take it and amuse yourself.
I'd be surprised even if Aglaia was still around, because how did she get nymphs up here? That implies that she could just come here anytime she wanted.
It's been so long. Maybe the Eye of Twilight has already turned into ruins.
Oh.
Something's not right.
The sky, it's glitching out and the chroma key is glitching.
I can kind of feel how big and empty this place is. but all I can see is darkness.
What's on the other side of this?
Maybe it's the celestial mural. The Sky City believes that mural to be connected to Amphorius' sky. And any weather condition depicted on it will become actual weather. The mural would reflect Aquila's shifting mood, like clear skies, fog, snow, or thunderstorms. The Sky Priests would gather here during peaceful times and pray to the god for warm breezes and good harvests. To put it in words that Gray and Danny would understand, just think of it as a massive screen.
Was it television? What's the appropriate resolution?
In any case, exploring in the dark
Ignored
is
me.
never a good option. If we could light up the mural, it might just provide us with the light needed to move forward. That really conspicuous device might be part of the ritual. Let's go take a look. It's dark, so watch your feet.
Try to illuminate the celestial mural.
Ah, you want this? Fine. Take it and amuse yourself.
Oh, there's a echo here. I didn't even notice. Divine Echo Sky, Eye of Twilight Aquila, gather storms as wings, hang 1,000 stars as eyes. I beseech you, rend apart the abyss of chaos, that unyielding may stand, an eagle soar beyond the clouds. Enigmatic metal components adorned with star and moon patterns that clearly signify the belonging to the Eye of Twilight. Well, there are nymphs. Oh, great Aquila! Did we do something wrong? Why have you closed your eyes? Why have you withdrawn your gaze or grace and torment us within this darkness? And if those fanatics were still around, they'd surely be ranting about that right now. But how is there a garment maker up here? How did she do it? Cease your advance, vile and flawed mammals. Back to the land's pampering cradle. Go screech with your dirty lungs. Go fight over every pebble. Step no closer, for the silence tolerates no sacrilege. Okay. Also, is that like... is that Amphorius' missing son right there? How about it? Got any leads?
I have no idea how to turn it on. If only we had help from the wisdom of those who came before us. That's it! I almost forgot. Gray, Memi, can I borrow your powers?
Can't call her Memi. That's longer than her actual name. Counting on you, Mem.
Got it! We just need to find the scattered memory nearby, right? That's simple. Give me a little time. Feel the flow of time. Over there. And over there. Done! There haven't been many people for a while, so the traces of time are super obvious.
I knew you could do it, Memi. You are a huge help.
But that is a sun right there.
Foolish rain folk.
The great Aquila has already left a mark of their manifestation on the Golden Clouds. The gods' choice is clear. Only we, the Sunborn, are the true heirs of the sky. This war is destined to end in the victory of the Sunfolk. May the Eye of Twilight never close. May eternal daylight embrace the land!
Left a mark among the golden clouds. Is this referring to the celestial mural? But we can't see anything right now.
Arrogant Sunfolk. The Titan will condemn your brazen disrespect. But Aquila, you that shaped the sky, why do you avoid the pursuit of dark clouds? Are not clear skies and stormy rains equally your creations? The Sunborn see your behavior as an act of favoritism towards them, and weaponize this reason to oppress my people. The Rainfolk will not suffer in silence. Oh God, if you remain silent, we shall have to forge our own weapons and resist the malice concealed under your brilliance. May the Eye of Twilight never open, and may torrid rains descend forever.
Avoid the pursuit of dark clouds. Aquila doesn't like rainstorms. It seems a little hard to believe, but we should write this clue down first.
It is, as the rumors said. The Sky Castrum was far from united.
My guess was right. This venue is indeed where celestial rituals were performed. Memi, can you retrieve even more memories?
No problem at all. Here goes. There we are.
Wind, snow, rain, shine. In the name of the sky's 100 eyes, I bring celestial phenomena upon the world. The turn of dawn and dusk. Commanding the celestial globe. Awaken, celestial mural.
Stop, foolish Cloudborn! How dare you tamper with the celestial globe and distort the weather? This is blasphemy!
The Titan bequeathed the celestial globe to our ancestors, so that we could divide the light and dark equally between day and night, so that all things could grow beneath the celestial phenomenon they preferred. But the Sunborn have asserted control over the celestial mural. And now the days are endless, subjecting the land to drought and burning. And you have the gall to accuse the Rainfolk, who you've oppressed.
The land? It is our eternal nemesis. How can storm clouds and rain, unloved by Aquila, lead the Skyfolk to victory in the Chrysos War? Your character is as weak as your faith. Go seek out a corner untouched by the sun and weep solitary tears in the shadows. Huh. That's all you lot know how to do anyway. Cry in silence.
Then let us show you what we are really made of.
You? What are you? What are you trying to do?
Fanatics whose minds have been muddled by the heat. By Aquila above, meet your demise!
So they just had weather control technology and could keep it daytime forever as well?
What a terrifying memory.
The brutal internal strife is sad to see. It appears the Sky Cities didn't fall to external threats after all.
Seems to elevate them above everyone else.
The proud some folks saw themselves as divinely chosen, exacting long-standing oppression on other tribes. And the rain folk suffering beneath them began resenting the divine and plotted their retaliation.
A common story everywhere. The divine set the stage, and the mortals perform the play. This isn't the first time we've witnessed such a scene while trailblazing.
No matter the era, conflict among humans is destined to persist. Having witnessed the actions of Kindness and the Cleaners, it isn't so hard to understand this piece of history.
The Resistance did nothing wrong. Curious which side won, though.
There's nothing but empty silence here. I fear there were no winners.
I suppose so. And also the sun disappeared, and so I guess the sun was turned off. Could we turn the sun back on?
Hero Celiosi. How did she view the ancient feud between the Sunfolk and Rainfolk? The legends focus on her god-slaying expedition, but are hazy on the fall of the Sky Denizens. Perhaps I can piece together the true face of history here.
One step at a time. Do you remember the verse that Rainfolk sang, Hyacinth? Perhaps that's the key to unlocking the Celestial Mural.
Yes, I already memorized it. Now, shall we try to wake it up? Wind, snow, rain, shine. In the name of the sky's 100 eyes, I bring celestial phenomena upon the world. The turn of dawn and dusk, commanding the celestial globe. Awaken, celestial mural!
Golden clouds, blazing radiance. What a breathtaking scene.
Look, the mark of manifestation mentioned by the memory fragment.
How chilling. I wonder if Aquila is also watching us.
Well, all of Aqua's eyes are gone, so...
I remember the Rainfolk mentioned the Titan dislikes overcast days. We might be able to use this to our advantage and change how the mark is behaving by changing the weather on the mural.
Wouldn't this affect Akuma?
Don't worry. The mural probably lost its original function ages ago. Akuma's light comes from the dawn device shouldered by Kefali anyway.
Yeah, but what if we brought back the sun and there was two suns?
That being said, there's no power in this device anymore. We have to find another celestial globe if we want to change the weather on the mural. Ah, there! That circular device. I'm quite familiar with it. That's a west wind compass of the Twilight Courtyard. We can use it to create a miniature rainbow bridge to walk on. Who knows? It might even lead us to other areas of the Eye of Twilight. Technology passed down from the Golden Age is finally proving useful. Let's go. Leave the adjustments and calibrations to me.
Why is it the west wind? What happened to the other winds? Because the west wind leads to death, apparently. Also, this place is huge, actually, thinking about it. The huge golden pool down there.
A boiling pool of gold, said to be the energy source that powers the Eye of Twilight's divinity. You should watch your step as you walk. The mechanical structure is a bit different from the one used in the Twilight Courtyard. How should I put this? It's a little more complicated.
Mechanical simplification's the future.
Can you handle it, Hyacinth?
This might take a while, but I think I can manage.
The golden... There's just... The city just has like a sea of gold that powers the Titan. I mean, I know we know what the Titans are now, but like also I feel like people should question whether the Titans are real ever. I think their bodies, I guess, are robotic. I don't know. Their bodies are robotic. Obviously, they are reincarnated people, but... Except Cersei was just a tree, so I don't know. Some of them are robotic. Observe the starting point, finishing point, and the direction of the arrow on the compass and the distribution of red obstacles. Rotate the rings on the compass to reach the finish point without running into obstacles by following the arrow's direction upon leaving the starting point. What? The red fan-shaped zone represents an obstacle, and the route cannot pass through. Be sure to avoid them. Select the button to choose a specific ring, and use the rotate button to turn it. When a route has been connected, a hint will appear on the compass. Confirm the route before finalizing. After confirming a route...
Deep breaths, and find the way out.
I think we're making a path here, is actually what's happening. So do you want that arrow here?
I think this should be right.
Yeah, okay, I get how it works.
Look, the rainbow bridge has appeared.
Well done. Now we can cross. Hey, careful!
What's that? Is it a memory?
Is that a winged Pegasus?
Looks like a mythical beast. But this one doesn't seem hostile towards us. Hyacinth! Could it be the legendary?
I'm not entirely sure. We might be able to tell if we get closer.
We can't assume it's friendly. Keep your guard up and follow it.
Legend has it that the hero Seliosi was always flanked by two winged companions, Solibus and Lunibus. They were her steeds and comrades. If they are still alive, they might help us confront Aquila.
The walking effect on the bridge is cool. It's pretty much, I mean, it's glitchy as well. It's pretty much is just like hard light, I guess. Aquila's place is definitely the most technologically
It disappeared.
advanced.
illusion? Or the memory dissipated?
How strange. That Pegasus was different from the other memories. It was surrounded in an air of sorrow. It's so heavy that it's hard to breathe.
Was that Lunabis's phantom? Did it appear here because it has unfinished business?
If that's really the case, there must be a super strong obsession keeping it in one piece. Could it be some remaining bits of Celiosi's will?
We can't be sure of that yet. Let's take the elevator up to the Eye of Twilight's core first. Lady Lunabis? Is that you? Can you hear me? I am the descendant of the hero Celiosi. We have come to complete her mission.
Not why there's Black Tide guys here.
That's another one?
Careful! It's not a memory phantom! It looks like it's alive! But it's so twisted and very shadowy, like those Black Tide creatures!
Hyacinth, watch out!
So, you're Lady Lunabis, aren't you? Then that corrupted being before us must be Lord Solibus. Did you lead us here so we can free your companion? I understand now. You must have been tormented by pain for so long. But you didn't give up. And you've held on to what little is left of your will with such tenacity. Don't be afraid. You're not alone anymore. I am Hyacinthia, the healer who inherited the hero's bloodline. Celiosi, the Day Thunder Knight, was once your comrade, wasn't she? Lord Solibus, your body has been completely corroded by the Black Tide. But I can still heal your tenacious soul. Just like Lady Lunabis, even if you've lost your mortal body, your spirit remains pure. Please, keep holding on to what's left of your will, and I will reawaken you as a heroic soul.
I wonder how much it understood.
It must have understood me. It's a creature of wisdom and tenacity, despite being mired in the agony of the Black Tide.
Solibus, the sunlit wings that once accompanied the hero. If this battle can remind you of your great deeds from back then, it would be my honor. Come on, heroes!
Let the Black Tide get up here.
Lord Solibus, please break free from the control of the Black Tide. and return to your senses.
Also, the implication of all of this is that people can be purified from the black tide, which is good news. Due to the presence of the Eye of Twilight, all targets in the field will be affected by the weather effects, while on sunny day the battlefield has the temperature effect. At the start of any target's turn, temperature increases. Allies will take continuous burn damage based on temperature. Damage dealt by ally targets increases based on temperature.
Here to crash the party? Ready to lose yourself?
Hot.
You can fight it, or rock with it!
Is it coming? Are you the West Wind? Let me go!
Turn it up! Ready to lose yourself?
Guys, still
You
as
can
strong as
fight
ever.
it, or rock with it!
Time to mix things up.
Ready to
Life's
jam.
like a good, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
I don't have time for that. Expand your thinking. Curiosity. Endless riddles. Nothing but a point.
It's over.
I think we hit him too hard.
Solibus.
Oh, the horses! You're actually speaking.
No need to be surprised. After all, this is a world where even a pink puppy can speak.
So you are a puppy.
Oh, I can't believe I'm calling myself that now, too.
Solibus, you're finally awake.
My consciousness has been lost for far too long. Finally, I have been released from the Black Tide's cage. Little girl, are you Celiosi's descendant?
It is me, Lord Solibus. My name is Hyacinthia, and my companions call me Hyacinth.
Hyacinthia, you don't have the scent of her on you.
It's been 1,000 years. Celiosi's blood may have thinned in my veins, but the resolve of the Sky People has never been eroded by time. I've journeyed here to fulfill her dying wish.
How much do you know about her dying wish?
I know that in order to support the shattered sky, she merged herself with the divine body of the Titan. And I also know that she left behind a message, calling on future generations to one day ascend to the heavens again and reclaim the core flame of Aquila.
Has the legend changed so much since your people fell to the earth? Girl, you said you're a doctor. You only know how to heal and tend to wounds. With such a weak lot in life, how do you plan to challenge the embodiment of the heavens?
With this long sword, heroic soul.
And my bat.
As you can see, we're all Hyacinthia's companions and comrades. You've already witnessed our combined strength.
It's not bad, but still lacking compared to her.
Solibus, let go of your ego and accept their kindness. You've been trapped in time by the Black Tide, while great change has spread over the world. If I'm not mistaken, the god of war Nikador also fell to the hands of these warriors.
We've laid all the other Titans to rest, one by one. Now the final target for the flame chase is the master of this sky fortress. Please guide us to an audience with Aquila. heroic souls. Seliosi initiated the era of slaying gods and attaining their flames. Even if she could not witness the end of this era, you will all at least bear witness on her behalf.
Confidence and fierceness. Yes, I do indeed see a shadow of her in you.
Aquala's mark flew away?
Is that a reaction from the Titan?
Maybe they detected our awakening.
Well, perhaps our presence stirred memories of the fierce battle from 1,000 years ago.
We learned from past memories that the Sky Titan fears dark clouds. Would you know more about this topic?
What the memo sprite said is true, but you all still need a guide.
You know what memo sprites are?
Follow me, Hyacinthia and fellow warriors. Let the hunt for the gods start again.
Is Lady Lunabis not going with us?
I will be waiting for you all at the next destination, Hyacinth.
Also, Solibus said, has the legends really changed that much? But he didn't say what actually happened. Got Black Tide here. We've got an elevator.
A 1,000 years have passed, and yet this place feels the same. Just that there is no more human clamor. This is the Hall of the Sunfolk, where the Sunborn once held grand ceremonies to give thanks for Aquila's gifts.
So, did the Sky Titan really take the side of the Sunfolk?
Everyone thought so until Celiosi's spear pierced through Aquila's wrath. Only then did we understand that Aquila wasn't hiding from the clouds and rain, but from the horror that lurked within the unlit shadows.
Oh, okay. The Black Tide.
The Black Tide's threat has forced the Chrysos heirs to complete our flame chase journey, heading toward the prophecy's miracle of Genesis.
Chrysos heirs. In our time, that title used to stir up waves of outrage. But you all seem to be revered as heroes.
It's all thanks to those who came before us. Trebios and Aglaya. You must have heard of these two names.
So it was those two who made it to the end.
What does that mean?
Let's not elaborate on unrelated topics.
No.
You now know how to activate the celestial globe. So go and force out the Titan in the mural.
Let's elaborate, please.
The road got sucked away by the wind fan? Did Aquila do that?
You have nothing to fear. We can use the power of time to rewind it if we have to.
Yeah, so Aquila was scared of the Black Tide and knew about it before. Kind of like how the wars that Nikador was always starting were actually in efforts to fight the Black Tide. But it seems like Ciliosi learned something after fighting with Aquila. There are some wind currents in the Eye of Twilight. Platforms that pass through them will be pushed by the air currents, changing the direction of the wind by rewinding the nearby devices that control the wind currents. Enhancing the prayers, the rewind process will have no time limit. While the device is rewinding, tap the rewind button to interrupt the rewind, reversing the wind current. With this function, stay on the platform, rewind the devices, or interrupt the rewinding, change direction of the wind, and move to another location. Claim each ray of sun, take every raindrop, until everything dries up, never stop, never ending. Wallow in pride, hatred, and others' pains, never satisfied, never complete. Earth-eating worms, don't soil the sky with your limbs. Oh, these ones are strange. They're not really highlighting locations anymore.
Ah, it looks like this device can amplify the power of Orynyx's prayer. Why don't you try to change the wind's direction with this thing, partner? Now the prayer should rewind for even longer. Let's try to control the wind's direction with this thing, partner.
Interesting, that thing has black tide on it. Oh, it just keeps cycling. Okay, that threw me off for a second. Is there any reason to, like, go over there? Yes. The heretics who worship the blazing sun constantly accuse us of calling forth foul winds to bring cursed rain upon Aquila's sacred body. But in the end, don't they still rely on the winds to move their suspended platforms and travel freely from here? You haven't forgotten that you were created by Amnestia, have you? Oh, right. I've been here so long I started to immerse myself too much.
A celestial globe is right ahead. Let's go and force Aquila to come out.
The turn of dawn and dusk, commanding the celestial globe. Change, celestial mural. The celestial shift didn't work?
Perhaps this device has been damaged during these long, merciless years. Do you see those two giant circuits on the other side of the hall? Maybe we should try fixing them.
These circuits all seem to be corroded by the black tide.
How did you know those are circuits?
Here's hoping those two prophecy tablets can help us out.
This place is cool, though. I think this might be my favorite location so far. Although the winding walkways are kind of inefficient. Think about it. Why would you build it like this?
Pretty underwear.
Wow.
Smooth sailing so far.
How does that work?
We've got one more circuit to fix.
Why did those prophecy tablets just delete the black tide?
Let's keep going and find the tablet on the other side.
We're now canonically cleansing black tide, which I don't think we've officially done before. We've done it in gameplay, but I don't think it's ever been officially part of the story. But we have done it now. Yeah, yay, we found the solution. Like, yeah, why can't we use this stuff to go fight it? I don't know. 8 moves, goodness. There's a lot of places. I calculated that one. This is another one of like, okay, I'm always one step off. So what am I need to go down. I think I need to go 1, 2. Yeah, I need to do that.
You want this? Fine. Take it and amuse yourself. Came up with this? Seriously, go rewrite it. Oh. This is an interesting one. I'm not seeing like separated shapes like that. The book. My goodness.
Dear Celiosi, how have you been lately? It's been a few months since you left Elena's, and we really miss the times we spent together. We'd run and play in the countryside, and in the evenings, we'd mess with the grumpy dromas from next door. Every day it was carefree, as if the troubles of the world had nothing to do with us. Since we parted with our sisters, the time spent with you has become our most cherished memories. Honestly, When we learned you planned to pursue the prophecy and become a hero, we couldn't help but feel regret. We regretted telling you about the prophecy in the first place. It meant you would leave our side and embark on a dangerous journey. If it meant losing a dear friend, we would be heartbroken. But we have come to accept it. You're strong, Seliosi, and you're meant to leave your mark on the world. We believe you have the power to change the world. The reason we left Yanisopolis was to bring hope and miracles to Amphorius. But to turn those miracles into reality, our strength alone won't be enough. We hope you will become a hero and show the world that unity, not division, is what we need. All of this is only possible if you stay safe. With your ability, we believe you can do it. Your good friend, Trisha.
Trisha? That's cool. We got another name of one of the tributes. So that actually right there is great because that actually confirms the timeline perfectly. So yeah, so Tribios went around spreading the message, but it seems like Seliosa was the first one who took it seriously, fought a god, and I guess kind of helped usher in the Flame Chase journey, as in a sense of proving that yeah, we actually can fight gods. Like, it's possible. That was not a real book, though. I don't think so. Let me check. No. I wonder if there's another one out there that I maybe walked over. Doesn't look like it.
The turn of dawn and dusk, commanding the celestial globe. Change, celestial mural.
The mark has disappeared again.
Looks like they're still avoiding us. I wonder if it's cowardice, or if they have something up their sleeve.
I fear the Aquila of present has long lost their sanity. But instinct still drives them to flee from the shadows, to evade the Black Tide's encroachment.
Does the hero's consciousness still remain?
I have no knowledge of Seliosi's situation. But I am certain that the will behind that mark is not hers. She would not abscond like a disgraceful deserter, willingly exiled by the pursuit of dark clouds. It is time to leave this place. Lunavis awaits you at the next stop.
A moment, please, Lord Solibus. I have one more thing I wish to do.
What is it, girl?
To honor the pact with Seliosi. Her descendants spent a millennium looking up at the sky. I believe my countless ancestors who lived for that purpose deserve to know the truth behind her legend. If you don't mind us knocking on the gates of the past, maybe I can peek into this place's history.
You are the ones who hold Orynyx's miracle. I have no authority to prevent you from delving into the past.
Memi, Gray, could I please ask you for this favor? I want to show the truth to my ancestors waiting on the other side.
Leave it to us.
There are falsehoods in the legends, and there must be a reason for its embellishment. The scene here and the previous memories gave me a bad feeling. What else did the Skyfolk encounter after Seliosi challenged the god? I must figure out the truth behind the legend, even if it's for my ancestors' sake.
Hyacinth, you're such a good child. Don't worry, I'm here. The memories surging here are even more intense than at the entrance. I'll gather them up now, and mold them, and mold them. All done!
Thank you, Memi. Everyone, please, witness history with me.
Daughter of Dusk, have you finally gone mad?
I knew it! The child with the blood of two feuding clans will one day destroy the Sky Castrum!
Will you really point the tip of your spear at our god? Stay your hand. Your recklessness will only bring divine retribution.
The Sun Folks are facing off against Seliosi. Listen to this part of history.
Divine retribution? Those innocent children of the earth were sentenced to total annihilation by the god above. Well, they had nothing more than mere curiosity for things that lie beyond the sky. Look at yourselves. You call yourselves the Sunborn, yet you're unable to bear the blinding sunlight. You even consider sunburns and blisters as a gift from the gods. You declare yourselves the chosen ones, champions favored by Aquila. Yet you dare not even declare war upon the true threat of this world. Instead, you raise your swords and rattle them at your weaker brethren. You are all beyond saving. My father was also a disciple of the sun, but he taught me resilience and justice and guided me towards the light. He taught me wherever there is light, there is hope. Wretched people. I see no hope left in any of you. Even a shadow has more dignity than you lot.
Even so, Daughter of Dusk. Even so, you should not shatter our faith.
Not just our faith. Aquila forged the sky. Nay, they are the sky itself. If they fall, what will this world turn into?
A prophecy echoes from the horizon's edge. It heralds the advent of a new age. One not ruled by the Titans, but created by mortal heroes. I choose to believe in that prophecy. I must believe in any sign that promises to break the chains imposed on us by the old era. Any sign that will lead us to a new chapter of the world. If you wish to stop me from slaying the god, you'd better muster your courage and draw your bows. Let's see if I will be pierced by a hail of arrows first, or if you will be burned to ash by Solobis!
How can we even fight you? You're the powerful Day Thunder Knight, a warrior goddess capable of trampling all lands.
I am not a god, but the only mortal in this cage, who is brave enough to defy the Warden.
The sun folks in the memory fall silent. Their expressions are ashen despite being under the bright sunlight.
See, you are all truly weak beyond measure. The hunting ground beckons. Come, Solibus!
The hero Celiosi, disillusioned by the Sun Folk's deeds, decided to sever the source of it all. The god they so blindly placed their faith in.
She was brimming with compassion at that time. Her words were bursting with anger, but her heart had nothing but mercy for the children of humanity.
At that time...
We should get going, Hyacinthia. Lunibus is waiting for you all. Aquila has fled to the other end of the fortress. Let's chase after them.
She also mentioned...
will lead the way.
She also mentioned that, yeah, she was angry that Aquila had punished people from trying to go to the sky. So that breaking the sky taboo would make sense as to why the legend was changed as well. Is it a different route? Yeah, it is actually. So... yeah, I wonder if she had... I don't know if she knew anything, but...
Lady Lunibus, we're here!
I wonder if it has something to do with the Black Tide in a sense.
Aquila. Even though they had been corrupted by the Black Tide, they still maintain a connection with their kin in this fortress.
They're behind us as well. Maintain formation and don't get surrounded.
You think to hinder us, imprisoned Titan? Then we will make you understand that resistance is futile.
It's coming. I feel that flame. Let me go!
Keep up!
Lurking? What? That guy's got a stealth?
Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it, or rock with it!
That's all you got?
What does lurking do? Cannot become the primary target abilities, and that require active selection. When weakness is broken, or when all enemies on the field aside from this one are in lurking state, dispels lurking state for this unit. When there are no other enemies on the battlefield, dispel lurking. Fair enough.
Gonna keep going? If not, I'll catch my breath for a while. How's this taste?
Ready to jam.
Never seen perfection before. Expand your thinking.
No bullying allowed!
This song's for you. Turn it up.
Step up, let's see ya. Slice like a good my friends. Indulge yourselves!
Curiosity. Endless riddles. Nothing but a point.
I really like Aquila just being like this eyeball on a television screen. The mark of manifestation, it fled to the other side of the mirror.
Don't stop. Follow it to the Titan. Even if plunged into madness, Aquila is still the Sky Titan. We mustn't let our guard down.
Heroes, over here! Let's keep going and aim for the next West Wind compass.
Trade boiling blood that cleanses sky's shadows for a spear through 100 eyes and this truth. Redemption is but a dream foolish beyond reach. The wretched land deserves sulfur and salt water, but this I swear. The lying traitor should eat coal and fire. This I vow. Is this a real book? Now this is a real book. A true history of the Day Thunder Night. Oh, this was the right way to go. I thought this was the... Was there even a way to go down there? There wasn't even a way to go down there. Just kind of assumed there was. Reach the highest point of the Eye of Twilight. Look, everyone, the beautiful rainbow bridge in the distance and the shimmering pool of gold below our feet. This is just so breathtaking. Who is that? Is that supposed to be Aquila? That's not a depiction they've ever shown before. That's weird. Is it Kefali? I don't know why it'd be Kefali. Interesting. No, okay, wait. We have like a broken chalice, like a broken Fagusa. We have a broken hammer, like a broken Georios. So what is that? I think that has to be Kefali because it's got more hands. It's just a weird Kefali. Curious traveler, are you awed by the power of this mighty hammer? It has nothing to do with Georios. This is the great hammer nymphs once used to forge the world. Yeah, I'm sure. Curious traveler, this shattered glass goblet has not to represent Lady Fagusa, but rather the grand hall where nymphs stored their nectar and held their feasts. And of course, this is not the Day Thunder Knight who pierced the heavens. It is none other than Our Lady, the guardian of us all. Are you also a history fictionologist? Nymphs have their own tales of Genesis? Haha, well, I'm just a newcomer here myself. So is that Day Thunder Night? I guess so. That's interesting. Were there other murals? Maybe in here. Ow. That was like the most presentable chest they've ever given us.
Take it and amuse
Just like here, waiting here for you. Honestly, I thought it was gonna be a spirit thief, maybe. If there are treasure icons on the connected route, you can obtain them by traveling to their corresponding positions in the location. There are multiple ways to connect routes with a single compass, but there are normally only one way for the route that passes through all of the treasures. Interact with the compass again to edit the route. I guess we don't need... I guess it's correct? It's the only one that actually works, to be fair, so I guess it's correct. I didn't think the treasure was going to be in the middle. I thought it was going to be like a... I had to match up other parts of the bridge or something. I'm not
Look, the Rainbow Bridge is leading us to our next destination.
I guess it works though.
Let's hurry on. Follow Lady Lunabis.
It's actually the same Rainbow Bridge. So if we want to go back down, we'd actually have to redo the bridge.
Miss Heisen, how are you so certain that you could free souls from suffering?
My apologies, Lady Lunabis. I was not all that certain. But if even the healer loses hope, then how will the patients repossess their hope for life?
What a kind answer.
The part of the screen changed now, so there's like different weird layers of the screen. The music on this zone is also really good too. Did we finish? What's happening? The Titankin here appear to have been corrupted by the Black Tide.
The Black Tide is a calamity from beyond the sky. If that's true, the sky's defenses would naturally be the first to be breached.
This is the first you've mentioned that? The Black Tide's a calamity from beyond the sky. You've literally have never said that before. that is critical information they've been leaving out. I mean, we already know, like, about the Lord Ravager and everything, but still. It is critical information. They've never once mentioned that. This whole time, I was like, the Black Tide is... Well, they always describe the Black Tide as, like, starting on, like, you know, the edges of the world, quote-unquote, the edges of the world. So, like... Now they're like, it came from the sky, so it hit... here first? These murals seem to depict more than just a Sky Titan. Shall we stop for a look? Yes? Who is this? Which Titan is this? It doesn't seem to match any of the Amphorian myths I've read.
Maybe the ancient Sky civilization had a completely different interpretation of the Titans from ours.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not crazy that this is not... This is not one of the Titans.
But I agree with you. This figure looks way too alien.
Maybe it's the Lord Ravager? I don't know. Doesn't seem Ravager-ish, but...
No question about it. This mural depicts the Eye of Twilight.
Being stabbed. Did they really look like that?
Perhaps this could be called concept art? Aquila's most common form in the myths looks exactly like a giant eye in the sky.
Let's go.
And it's a cool look.
If nothing goes wrong, we'll be able to see their true form very quickly. Goose's Chalice of Plenty. This mural depicts its break-in.
I guess because they hate the land that they have specifically murals for depicting the destruction of Fagusa and Georios.
Though the conflict between sky and ocean wasn't particularly severe, it is obvious that Aquila's people weren't exactly cordial to the latter. Georios, Aquila's nemesis. Unlike the three titans of creation that coexist in mutual benefit, the sky and the earth never ceased attacking each other.
But when the Twilight Courtyard left the Sky Civilization and came down to the mortal realm to live, they discovered that the Earth also possessed a gentle, benevolent side. Whether between people, cities, and gods, I suppose that all conflicts stem from misunderstandings.
Now, I shall lead you into the Rain Folks Hall.
Let's listen to Selosi's childhood story, I guess.
Legend has it Seliosi's father was a Sunfolk warrior who spent his years fighting and rarely returned to the Eye of Twilight. Her childhood was mostly spent beside her mother, a Rainfolk priest.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say before, it seems like, yeah, it seems like the Rain folk are technically like dusk, and so the Sun folk are just dawn. So, and Selosi was from both sides, so the mending of dusk and dawn, I guess, is bringing both the tribes back together in the prophecy. Although, does the tribes even exist anymore? Is there any other Sun folk even alive besides Hyacinth? I guess there must be someone out there.
Correct. That was true. It was also during her formative years that the conflict between the two tribes began intensifying. The Rain folk feared the other half of Seliosi's bloodline, and never truly saw her as one of their own.
Growing up in such an environment...
Yet she bore no hatred for her people, and still grew into a passionate young lady. Until people discovered golden blood ran through her veins. That was the final straw that turned disdain into terror.
What? But the epics said Seliosi left to live in solitude, so she could train her spirit and hone her martial skills. I never would have imagined that she was cast out of her tribe for her lineage and her golden blood.
Even so, she did not despair. She met Solibus and me while she was living alone. We hunted, spent our days together, and forged an alliance. I think that oath, stronger than fate itself, kept Solibus and me here to watch over this abandoned fortress.
Despite experiencing betrayal and exile at the hands of her own people, she was still willing to set out on the path to slay the gods for them. Was Seliosi's love for humanity truly so boundless and unconditional?
Oh, hi. I forgot about you.
Lila Ika, why did you run out on your own?
This little one.
You're saying you smell a familiar scent on Lady Lunabis?
They look completely different. But little Ika should also be a winged beast, right? Could it be?
Truly, a miracle of fate. Perhaps we did leave something behind for this world. Seliosi.
Lady Lunabis? Is little Ika your...
Please press on, flame-chasing heroes.
How does that work?
I can sense it. The radiance of Aquila shines ever brighter.
Aren't you a robot? Weird lore there. It's borderline the phenomenon of like all the characters have to be related to each other. Like, oh yes, of course, little Ika is also related. to the ancient heroes. Might as well stop there, though, before we head on further. Well, this place is pretty cool, I think. We got some really strange lore drops, though. I don't know if it changes much at this point, but I feel like it's something maybe they could have mentioned earlier. Still, we'll be back with this. Over next week as well. But until then, thank you all for watching, and may the sands of time treat you well.